Hey y'all, Jessie Petersen here with Let's Make Art. I'm a mixed media artist and I love art journaling, and this is our Lagniappe episode, and I have a special guest, Nicole.
Hi everyone.
Tell us a little bit about yourself, Nicole. Why are you here with us today?
Well, Jessie was telling me about all the pen pal projects that you guys are doing in this month, and I thought it'd be awesome to help support her. Actually, it was your idea. And then I was like, yeah, I'm down to help. So we're gonna do some lettering today on top of all the cool stuff that Jessie has planned for you all.
Okay, so we're gonna do some lettering on an envelope. So she's gonna teach us about addressing an envelope and give some tips for making it cute, which is perfect for our letters and post theme that we're working in, which I've really been having a good time with. And so we're gonna do that, and we're also going to go over some extra supplies. So if you want a little something extra to add to your art journaling mixed media, stash, then we'll show you a couple of new things too. So that's what we're gonna do, and we will get started by saying what supplies we're using.
Cool.
So for the lettering portion of this, when we are working on our envelope, you've got some favorite pens.
Yeah, so Jessie told me that she really likes the Pitt pen, which is that one. So if you are familiar with that one or have that one, you can use that. And actually any ballpoint pen even you can use. You don't need to have special tools. But I just want to show you, I absolutely love jelly rolls. Growing up and even in middle school, I used to use them a lot. So jelly rolls are a really cool thing to have. And then this is a really great gold one. And you really like this one too. The Uniball Signo one. So all of those you can get on our website, but these are ones that we're just gonna be playing with today. But again, if you have any pens, please grab them because you don't need to have these specific supplies.
Yes, and you'll probably wanna have a pencil so we can sketch out like where we're gonna letter, so have one of those handy. And then the other supplies that came in the subscription box, if you're a subscriber, then you probably have them already. If not, you can find these around your house. An envelope. We're going to be testing and demoing on some cardstock paper, and I just take 8.5 by 11 and cut it in half. So we'll be using that, and then we'll be using these beautiful Maggie Holmes stamps. I'm going to demo an acrylic block. We have these mini ink pads, and then I'm also going to demo these blender tools, and we'll talk about that. So you could also have your paint handy, and maybe you want to do some extra things that we point out today. Brushes, palette knife if you're going to be using Yes paste with the collage paper, a ruler for the lettering as well, that might help. Have I missed anything? I think we got all the things, right?
No, I think you got it all.
Water, paper towel, good. Okay, so if you're ready to begin, let's start with a deep breath, like a really good one. This is almost my favorite part of these. Just the deep breath. It's like,
yeah, I love that.
Relax.
Take a mindful moment, because part of the challenge of making art and getting better at it is just making time for it. And so I'm going to say good job for making time for you and making art. Okay, so we can start off with the lettering. Oh, inside of this is a Nicole letter that I have that I'm going to share with her after, because she's my pen pal. So we'll share that after we do the lettering on here. And I'm going to sneak mine out of my envelope and just put it over here to the side for now. But I made that letter on this cardstock. And when we demo some of this other stuff, then we'll show you. I don't want her to see her letter yet, so we'll show you after we do that. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So let's get started.
Okay. So everyone grab a pencil.
Pencil?
And I like to use a pencil because if you want, I know that with lettering, it's something that you can kind of get a little intimidated by, but a pencil can be your friend, so we're gonna start out with that. So when you are addressing your envelope, there are so many different ways that you can do this. You can make it really simple, you can really elaborate on different things. I have a few examples that we can start out by just looking at. So this one is, I was playing with Jessie's name, and then so I'm going to show you how to do a couple different techniques where we can use this. It's called Fauxligraphy, where you have thin and thick lines. We can play with layout, whereas this one's at an angle, and then you can play with adding some decoration. So the main thing that I want to start out with is, first is your layout. So typically when you have an address, actually, yeah, I would say typically, right? You would write with the name, and then the street, and then the city, state, and the zip code. Or if you want, And I know Jessie really liked this one. Where
Yes, I love this. It feels like a rule breaking sort of thing to do, to spread out that, but I think it looks so cool. So let's break some rules. I want to do that.
Okay, so you do that one. So there's so many different ways, like you're seeing right here. So first step is you can either grab a ruler and use your lines, but we're gonna make some guidelines for ourselves. So these are the lines that you're gonna write on. Now, Jessie's going to use, you're gonna use your ruler, right?
Yeah, there's one right there for you.
Okay, perfect. So you can either use a ruler and you can use it, and when you're doing this, I don't want you to feel like it has to be perfect. So I'm actually just gonna use my eyeball, and I'm just gonna kind of eyeball it. And I wanna show you how, I'm gonna kind of break the rules a little bit, and I'm gonna do this layout. And so I'm gonna draw a diagonal line for where I'm gonna put the names. Oh, and then also, your postage stamp will be right there. So you can either put that on now, or you can draw yourself a little guideline.
Okay.
That might help, just so you know.
Okay.
So you're gonna draw a line for where your names are gonna go, and then I'm gonna draw a line for my address. And again, maybe it even is purposefully, I'm gonna try that. What if it's curved even here? So this shows you that, again, we're not here to make a perfect lines.
Well, a computer can make it perfect, but we're making it handmade. So if it's not perfect, then they know it was made with love, right?
Yes, exactly. That's the big thing is, yes, we're not here to be a computer. We're using our hands. So you're gonna draw yourself a guideline. Now, Jessie's going to have 4 lines because you're gonna put the zip code on the bottom.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then
now I want to make your name bigger, so I was gonna try to do a space in there. Is that okay?
Love it, yes. So she has a line so for the top and the bottom of hers, and then yes. Boom.
Okay.
Okay, so that's step 1, we have our guidelines. Step 2 is you're gonna go in and you're gonna write out the name. Now, we're doing a technique called Fauxligraphy, so the first step is you're gonna just use your regular handwriting, and I want you to go maybe a little bit slower than you normally would, and I want you to write it out. And I'm gonna show you how to make your lettering pop more. So again, don't be so perfect about, and I like how you say precious about it.
Don't be precious.
Don't be precious. So you're gonna write the name. Now, if you have a really long name, you probably will want to start more on the left side rather than in the center, because it'll get really squished. So I'm gonna start more on the left, and you can decide how big it is. And again, I'm just gonna draw a little bit slower. And if you run out of room, you just make the word a little bit smaller. Petersen. Okay, so you're writing it out. Then you're gonna write out the address. So I like how mine is on a curve. Maybe yours is a straight line. Ooh, maybe you fill up the space with your letters. Maybe street is small. So sometimes if I run out of room, I'll abbreviate it. If you have a lot more room, maybe you write out the entire street or boulevard. Hamilton. Oh, so I ran out of room? That's okay. I'm gonna just make another guideline for myself at the bottom, and I'll put the zip code right here. So this is how you make it work as you go. There we go. Nice. Thanks. Looks so good. So the other thing, as Jessie is doing that, I wanted to just remind you of a few resources. So we have an entire beginner lettering series that I used to do lettering here, and then we actually have an amazing guest artist called Dannison. His name is Dannison.
We love Dannison.
We just call him Dannison for fun.
His name's Dannison. So there is more lettering tutorials for you to enjoy, but I want to let you know that we have an entire free series that you can go, and then you're going to, or we're going to go a little bit more into a guide that you can download. But I just wanted to remind you that lettering is something that's actually perfect when Jessie wanted to have me on, because I thought this is great for people who are art journaling and watercolor artists who like to add a little bit of lettering to their piece. Mm-hmm. So again, I'm trying to break it down and not make it so intimidating.
Okay, I'm trying to get these letters spaced out. So I did the 6 and the 4.
Yeah, maybe do the middle one. Maybe do the 6 in the middle.
Which one's in the middle? 6, okay. I had to think about it. That's a tricky zip code.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of 6.
So then I do 4 and 4 and I got
Yeah,
it all?
boom.
6, 4, 6. Yeah, okay. Cool.
Boom. So yeah, so that's a guideline for you to have. Okay. And there may be a fun fly that gets in our video at some point.
Everybody wants to hang out with us.
Okay, sweet. Good job. Okay, now I want you to grab the pen that you want to use. Jessie's gonna use her Pitt pen. I'll show you how you can use a jelly roll. This one's a thinner one, but. So the next step is you are going to simply trace over your lettering. So you're gonna take your pen and you're gonna trace over. And sometimes when I trace, I don't even make it exactly. So you might see my pencil lines, but we're going to erase those at the end. So don't worry too much about that. So we're tracing. Did you use jelly rolls before, Jessie, growing up?
A little bit.
They're my favorite pens to have. I remember having a whole big plastic bag of them and just carrying them around. And I'd doodle on my binders in school.
Oh yeah, I used to wrap my books in paper.
Yes, in
then
paper
decorate 'em.
bags.
Yeah.
Yes, because you put it inside out.
Yes.
I would totally do that too.
I worked at Piggly Wiggly and I would get the brown bags and bring them home and then make art on my books. A lot of art on my math book, actually. Didn't want to do math.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna keep that. Okay, trying to think what else I can talk about in the middle. Because we talked about the guideline, the different pens. I'll show the different colors we have. Are you thinking something?
Not right now.
Oh, I thought you were.
My brain is empty.
I don't know about that. There's at least got to be a cosmic brownie in there or
It's
something.
because of that deep breath we took. I got completely relaxed and now I'm just enjoying the art.
Just gonna show you all the different colors. Oh, I wish I remembered these color names. So if you were a part of the lettering, we did this in one of our subscription boxes. Do you remember, Keenan?
No. I could make some up.
Wonder if it was just green. Okay, give me a name.
Or we call that Cascade Green.
Cascade. Like the detergent.
Sure. It's clean. Makes you feel happy. It's Mr. Clean's cousin. Little known fact.
What's the blue one?
Well, the blue one is Waterfall Blue.
Classic.
Classic Waterfall Blue.
I think I got a little yes paste on my envelope, and since it's water soluble, I'm just going to try to get it really fast while you're doing the icing. Isn't that amazing? I just got that glue off with just a little bit of water, now it's gone.
Wow.
Woohoo!
Nice.
Okay.
Nicole,
Okay.
are you showcasing the colors over there?
Yeah? Could you not see it
Yeah, I was going to ask if you could move
Oh, yeah,
over
bring
a
it
little
in.
bit.
better?
Ah, Rose.
I think that one was called Rose. Okay. Next step is, so again, on this guideline that I was saying that we'll add a link for you that you can download for free, is we did the first step, which is using just a 1 stroke line or 1 thickness. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add the thick downstrokes to this. So again, if I'm using this one as an example, you can see that there's thick and thin lines. So this is called Fauxligraphy because it's like fake calligraphy. So it's imitating what calligraphy is, and calligraphy has those thin and thick strokes. And the motto that you may have heard me say a lot was thin on the up, thick on the down. So when I'm saying thick on the down, that means when your hand is coming down or moving towards you. So on this J, I'm going thick on the down. Is this a good spot, Keenan?
Yep.
Thick on the down, thin on the up. So what that means is when your hand is going down, I want you to use your same pen that you have, and I want you to add a line parallel. So we're gonna thicken this up afterwards again. So I'm gonna add a line that's parallel, and then it's gonna go to the thin. So I'm gonna leave the thin part here and add a little spot. So again, thin on the up, so leave that thick on the down. So on here, I'm going to thicken that part up. Now, if you have a curve,
I did the opposite, but it'll be okay, right?
oh no, that looks like
like a ribbon.
a ribbon. That's the cool thing.
Went that way, and I was
Yes.
like, nope, that was up.
Nope.
This is down.
So that's an amazing example that even if you don't follow it exactly, again, this is your handwriting, and it's a completely adding those quirky parts to it, which I absolutely love. So do not worry if you're confused on which one's which. But the one tip that I wanted to give you is that if you have a curve, so think of it as, instead of just drawing a straight line, if you're mimicking that smooth, going thin to thick, is think of this as a crescent moon. So I'm gonna go thin here, and then I'm gonna go thick, and then I'm gonna go back to thin. So it creates a crescent moon rather than that straight line. So that's a tip that may help. Okay, so I'm gonna keep going, adding.
Well, since I did it thick on this one, should I just do that thick on that one too? Like, so it's consistent, the M
Do
and
it.
N?
I love it.
You could say that ribbon's like, hey, first place pen pal, or something like that.
I like it.
Okay, so we're adding parts. And, oh, another download that we have for you is this guide will be helpful, and you'll see I added dotted lines to show where the thick parts is. So I know this is in cursive, which actually Jesse and I are both not doing cursive, which shows that you can add lettering to even just your handwriting.
I think I added some in there, like not even thinking about it. It's like
Do
half
it.
and half. Like, see, that's cursive, but
Oh yeah, I do that too. Oh yeah, whoa, that looks like this.
yeah, so it's consistent even though I didn't
love
plan it out that way.
That's the cool thing about lettering, is it does not need to be perfect. Okay, so as I was saying, was this guideline is good to download and to practice to see where the dotted line is, and that will help you if you want to practice a little bit more with where to add the thick line. So again, these two are good downloads that you can grab to continue learning. Okay. I think I'm just gonna do her name just to have that pop. And then, sweet. Okay, so the next step is we're gonna fill these in to make them thicker. So that's how, when we're looking at this guideline, we added our thick lines, and now we're gonna fill them in. But here's a cool thing. You can fill it in with a different color if you want. So I'm gonna play with a different color. Now I'm gonna color in my open space. So you can do that, or you can fill it in with the same color.
And if you don't have pens, you can use the paint that came in your box. I'm gonna try that.
Oh, smart.
I'm just using a number 8 on this. See if I can pull it off.
Yes. Sweet. And if you want to go in, you can, I'm going to thicken up the blue a little bit more. This jelly roll is the thinner one.
Which one?
There's a few different sizes.
Oh, like the tip? It's thinner?
Yeah. These jelly rolls also look really good on black paper because these are the Moonlight brand. Love it. So again, these are just ways to make your lettering pop.
These are looking good.
Yeah. Some fun envelope art.
I just think it's exciting to get mail that's not a bill in your mailbox.
Seriously. And unexpected.
Listen, those companies care about me. Okay, that's why they're like, listen, you should budget better. That's really what they're telling me.
Oh,
They're my pen pals.
but they're not handwriting your name. That's what I want. In my
I don't
mailbox.
know that. You know, they might be handwriting that perfect typed font.
Mm-hmm.
Jesse, I like how you're turning that envelope like you own it.
I'm making it do what I want. I'm the boss over here. I sometimes forget that still though. Like I'll be like in a weird position. So
That you can turn it.
turn it, y'all.
Yes.
Turn it.
Turn
Thank
it.
you for pointing that out.
Okay. Nice! Ooh, the paint looks really cool.
This is that funky fuchsia. Funky fuchsia.
Good, that's a good name. And it's so similar to this rose actually too. Okay, so the last thing is you will erase your lines, but what I'm thinking is maybe do you want to add some decoration to the outside while this dries?
Yeah.
What are you thinking? Or is yours good to erase?
I think I might put like a cute little stamp over here.
Yes. Okay, we'll do that after then.
I left room for mine. Now you don't have to do that. You can do.
Nope, I want to do that too.
You demo whatever you want.
I want to play with some. What I was gonna say is that if you can either use the stamps, or this one is just to show. I just added some polka dots around so that adds some fun flavor. This was which is similar to the stamp, but if you want to just draw a little vine around, so there's so many different ways, but this already pops really cool.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Do you still have to lick stickers?
Stamps, you mean?
Stamps, I mean, or are they stickers?
They're stickers. If they're vintage and they're older, then you do have to lick them, but the ones now are stickers.
I just have flashbacks of Christmas cards.
Yeah, that you would
My
lick
mom
them.
and sister, yeah, would lick all the stamps. I'd take a break, get a popsicle.
They taste kind of funny.
Yeah, they're not very good. Wait, they did have flavored ones though, didn't they? I think they had like changed the flavor.
Really?
Or scented card or envelopes maybe? I'm not sure.
I have not experienced that before.
I mean, they've got scented markers.
So why not scented?
Why not scented envelopes?
I forgot my comma. I'm gonna put my comma in there really fast.
Like in Legally Blonde, where she sprays her resume with perfume.
You never done that?
What have you done that with?
I haven't.
I paint my resume, so it's not what you do. Letter your resume.
No.
Oh, man.
I should do that.
Everyone should do a resume with their occupation in mind, like specifically. Like I could just do a video resume, a really awkward. I've done this and this year to this year and this year to this. You just stare at it.
Well, fun fact, Nicole and I both have a graphic design degree, and so I feel like it's really stressful for us to make a resume in that realm of your career, because it's like your resume is your resume.
Is your portfolio.
The screen recording of you making the resume.
Okay, well, the thing I love about after erasing this is that it looks like I drew it straight without any help, and it's way more impressive. It's like they don't have to know that you used some pencil lines because they're all gone now.
Looks so good.
Woo, okay. All right.
Yay. Okay, so we're good with the lettering.
Yes, I love it. Okay, and like I said, we have some letters, sneaky letters that we'll show here when we exchange, but I want to demo this acrylic, what do you call it? Whatchamacallit? Acrylic block. Now,
Which is super useful.
yeah, it's just this tiny little guy, and it's not very expensive.
Lines.
Yes, it does. You want to say
I'm
more?
excited about it, yeah. That's awesome.
Okay, I want to make sure they saw it. Now, in the tutorials when we did stamping, I didn't want you to have to feel like you had to have an extra thing, and we showed how you could put these little stamps right on the stamp top, and we stamped like that, and we used the plastic that they cling to as a way to stamp too, so you don't have to have that. But I just thought if you're looking for a little something extra, if you really enjoy doing this, because the whole point of art journaling this way is for me to introduce them to new supplies and they can find kind of what they like. And so I just want to give you a couple more things if you're really into stamping and this is something that you're like, I want to do more of this. Some more tools that will just make it more fun. So a little something extra, not totally necessary, but okay, what stamp do I want to put on here? Let's see. It's hard because it won't be a surprise because she's right here. Let's see. Maybe I'll go.
This is a good, beautiful set.
I gotta sneak at my letter, see what it's gonna be consistent. Oh, yeah, I remember what I did now. I'm gonna do this B. Okay, so the cool thing about, let me just line this up, is, this has a grid, and I have put it on top of that, then it's matching up with the grid on my thing, but that's okay as long as they can still see it. So
it's funny on camera,
it's right on center.
At some angles you can't see that thing.
Oh yeah?
It's super cool.
So, okay, so that's right in the middle. So if I was trying to get my bee in a specific spot and I wanted it to be like level, then you could line it up however you want. Okay, so I got my bee on there. I'm just gonna use black, and I'm gonna dab it on like that. Or if you wanted to do it the opposite way, you could take your stamp and do it that way. I don't think it matters. So I use black. Now I'm gonna get my envelope on here. I'm just going to, I think I want it to a little bit like that. Now you want it to press down, you know, all the way across, make sure you get an even thing, and then lift up. If you move it at all, then your image will get a little weird, but isn't that cute?
Super cute bee.
I love this bee, I love it.
Little bumbly.
Okay, and while I'm taking this guy off of here, I want to show you how to clean your stamp. And you can use like a paper towel and water, or I like to keep baby wipes around, just because I'm a messy artist anyway. And I'll just dab that off. Now, some of these inks will stain your stamp, and that's okay. As long as you clean it and nothing's coming off afterwards, then you know you're good to use another color without it being a problem. And sometimes I already have a paper towel around. I'll press on it and see if there's anything coming off to make sure it's clean. So a really easy way to clean your stamps. You can do soap and water in the sink too. But
do you recommend them to clean them all the time?
Yeah, I try to clean them after every time, because if I use black and then I go to try to use yellow and I didn't get it all off, it'll make it kind of messy.
Totally.
So if you want to try doing a stamp, the block is there, and then these are all my stained ones already.
I really like the butterfly
packaging, but we can move that. And then I like to put my stamp right back on to the piece. I have 2 stamp things going on so that I know I didn't lose them all, because some of these little tiny ones, they get lost like on my desk really easily.
Oh yeah.
That's happened to you before?
Oh, yeah.
Losing.
I can't tell you how many times I've lost my stamps on my desk. I've lost burgers there, stamps there, you know.
Oh, I like it. Good placement. Excited. I love like the reveal, like after you pull it away.
Woo!
So good. Cute.
And I want to do one right here.
Oh yeah, maybe I want to do something on the back of my envelope. Good idea.
Very faint. I saw that you did this with the bee one. Right, where you had multiple of them?
Yeah, I re-inked it every time, but if you like the little bit faded look, like that's also a cool thing to do. Like, it's cool. I like it.
Fun.
I'm gonna do.
Okay, I gotta clean it like you showed us.
Yeah, here.
Thank you.
One wipe goes a long way.
I'm gonna use the non-acrylic block just so you can, if you haven't watched the other tutorials, you can see that you can totally do it like this too. Ta-da!
Beautiful. Wow, these are amazing.
Stamps are addictive.
Stamps, yeah, this is fun.
Let me see this.
Okay, gotta put this back. Okay. Gotta figure out how to do this with the kids. I feel like this is...
Oh yeah, and if y'all didn't know this, she teaches some awesome kids tutorials. So if you're looking for some fun things to do with your kids, I'm an artist and I have lots of ideas, but then I don't always get them organized, and my kids are like, let's do art. And there's a lot of times where I'm like, okay, let's get our box out. It's already ready to go. I turn the video on. They'll start making art with Nicole while I'm making dinner, and then I'll jump in after. We'll clean up, and I'm like, oh, I got to make art with my kids, but it wasn't hard. So I love that you do that, and it makes all of our lives easier and more fun. Okay, let's put this guy back where he belongs. It's a girl. That's a girl stamp. Okay. In case y'all are wondering.
I was curious.
Okay, so we wanted to do lettering, we wanted to do acrylic block, I wanted to teach how to clean stamps. The last thing I want to do is, I want to tell you a pro tip, and I want to show you how to use these blending tools. So this is, I gotta get the packaging so I can remember what it's called.
I love that.
It's wood. It's a mini ink blending tool from Ranger, and it comes with 2 of them, and then you get these 4 foam squishy things. And this is like a Velcro, and then you put the dark felt side down, and it just attaches there, and you can use it as a blender.
Genius.
It's so cool. And you can use them over and over and wash them with soap, and they stain a little bit. So I washed this one with soap and water, but there's like no ink coming off of it, so I can use whatever color I want again. Or I've seen some artists and crafters just have one foam for every color stamp they have, so they don't have to switch them around, which I think is also smart. And it made me think, like, I just want like a little Velcro on there, and then I could just stick them all on there and keep my stuff organized like that in my box. Oh. So, but people do lots of things to get creative. I love when people share those ideas. So, okay, so I'm gonna demo it on a little piece of cardstock here, and then you could do it on your envelope. You could do it on the letter. So I actually made my letter. Sneak peek this size. Woo, okay, don't look, Nicole. So this is just 8.5 by 11, cut in half, and I'll demo the thing. So here's one for you. If you don't want the orange or you want yellow, you can do the yellow.
I'll do both.
Okay. So yeah, I'm just gonna use this one, and I'm going to use this blue. It's kind of bluish purple. So tip number 1, get your ink on your blender really evenly and nice. And then before you start putting it on your paper, so I want this kind of like soft color blend up here. So I'm gonna start off the paper, and I want you to note that I'm using my cutting mat. This is not another scratch piece of paper, because it won't smooth on from a scratch paper to scratch paper, because this kind of like is less smooth, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna start off of the paper and move in, because if you just put a dot down, then that'll be a dark dot, and then no matter how much more you put on top of that, that dot will still show, if that makes sense.
Oh, got it.
But don't be precious, it's gonna be fine. So I'm just gonna start on the edge, and I'm gonna roll up in here like this. And using circular motions, that's what's nice about this blender being round, is it helps you get this soft kind of look.
That's cool.
Isn't that fun?
Wow.
A little
It's
rosiness.
so soft.
It's so soft. This is very also satisfying.
I just couldn't resist showing them this. And you know, I can't put everything in the subscription box, but I try hard to put a lot of fun things in there. And then if I can point you to more, if you're like, okay, I'm into stamping, I want to get all in, then I'll show you a couple more things. And that's why I love Lagniappe, because it leaves us open to just do whatever.
Plain.
Explore around.
So I can mix. Can I grab the yellow?
Yeah, so you always want to start with your lighter color first.
My bad.
But no, you're fine. So you have two different, okay, this is a good thing. I'm glad they're bringing this up. So there's 2 different colors that she has already been using on this, because we did our letters before. So if you only had one of these, then you would want to do the lighter color first and then the darker color. But since these are separate, you're totally fine.
Okay, cool. So it's cool if I blend this into it?
Yeah.
Okay. These remind me, did you ever do this, or I remember my mom did this, where she would do our fingerprints as a kid. And
Oh, yeah.
And these are literally the ones that she would use.
Little mini ones. Okay, I just put a little bit, I just dabbed this on my baby wipe to get some of
should I
the color
clean that
out.
too?
Well, I just did that because I'm going to use a lighter color after the dark. Because
on
I
that.
taught you the right thing, but I didn't do that thing. So,
Classic.
you know. Speaking of pro tips, got one more pro tip for you after this, but okay. I'm gonna do. Ooh, I like that.
That's so fun, Jessie. Oh,
Just a whole
That'd be
different.
Such a fun way to put make that a sky or something.
yes.
Throw that in your or killer background for another thing. I don't know. I don't have specific ideas. I just have ideas.
Ooh, and this made a lighter orange.
Okay, so that rose pin and this color is similar to this. I think.
Ooh, yeah.
Can't resist this. I think I'm going to do a little blending on the envelope now that we tested it on our paper.
Do it.
Just a little bit. Just gonna do the edges.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that looks awesome.
Thanks, y'all. It's just so fun. I just want reactions like that all the time. Like, I did the laundry. What? You're amazing. I did the dishes too. Can you just come home with me today?
That's my life. That looks so cool.
Kind of like this kind of ombre kind of.
Yes.
Not ombre, but like a, you know, a gradient. Like.
Yeah, that's sweet.
So cool.
What are you gonna do to your envelope?
You don't have to do anything. You don't have to take that pressure. You can leave it just like you want, or you can.
Great. As is. I was just curious.
I didn't think to do
You
anything.
put a butterfly on there. Boom.
Yeah. Put a bird on it. Put a butterfly on it.
Okay.
It was a Portlandia joke. Sorry, I couldn't resist. All right.
I
don't know what that is.
It's okay. Oh, now I can't stop. I gotta do this.
Oh,
I opened it up.
That's a good idea.
Oh, smart. Ooh, that's so subtle. I love it.
So subtle. It's like kind of like it got a little rosy blush.
It's got blush. Your envelope got some blush on it.
I'm very familiar with blush.
Okay, now I'm gonna sneak my Nicole letter in there, and we'll just exchange it since we don't need to mail it to each other. We're right here.
Save money on postage.
Yes, we could have drawn our stamp on there since we're just handing
And then
it
we'll
to each other.
show it because I want to show what you did because it's beautiful.
Yeah, so we'll show it, and then I'll have one more pro tip for you. Let's see. Woo, trying to get it in there, struggling.
You can lick this, Keenan.
What'd you say?
You could lick that.
No, thank you.
Okay, just
Probably
thought I'd
tastes
offer.
as good as the
That's
stamp.
very kind of you. Gross.
Okay, and there's just some extra love for me. I got a little ink fingerprint on there, but
Cool.
it'll be all right. Oh, I love that contrast.
That is amazing.
That looks so cool.
Okay, there you go, pen pal.
Put it in the mail.
All right.
This looks amazing.
Stop it, this yellow. Okay, I got it. Still in the show over here right now. Look at how she blended that yellow and then drew over top of it. Awesome.
Oh, and this was that gold pen.
Oh yeah,
The one
yeah.
that I really like.
Show the gold pen right here so they can see that pen. Okay, so we asked each other questions beforehand, and I wanted to know what color makes you the happiest, and she put sunshine yellow, which I kind of already knew. Look at her shirt. I mean, she's coordinated. What quote speaks to you? Follow your soul, it knows the way. I freaking love that. And favorite way to spend a weekend? Sun, beach, being outside. I could have guessed that. Sleeping, eating breakfast. For every meal. Every meal? Really?
I love breakfast. Pancakes, waffles,
Plus chocolate. So give me a breakfast plus chocolate situation.
Nutella on anything.
Chocolate chips and
Nice.
pancakes.
Oh,
Yes.
that's a good one. I like chocolate croissants.
Yes.
That's one of my
Warm
favorites.
Donuts.
Donuts.
Exploring with my people, laughter, kindness, painting, being present. Oh, I love it. I love it so much. And this is just that yellow blending
Yeah.
over the whole thing. And then you let that dry, and then you drew on top of it and added the...
And these were, do you want to show them that?
Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. So smart. Okay, so... this is a download. So even if you're not a subscriber and you want to participate with us with these pen pal questions, this and this are the same questions. So you could do like a question inside your journal, which was one of our projects, the pen pal fun, and I did this with it. So I answered, why do you create in my journal? And then I did a little to feel calm and connect. So you can do that in your journal and follow along with that tutorial. And then you can also give someone questions to answer, or you could just tell them what they are if you want to send this pen pal question, and they can print them out and put them on their letter and send it back. That's what Nicole and I did, was just say, these are the questions I want you to answer.
Which
So.
Jessie has, or I put for her. Oh, this is so pretty too. So I'm just.
Oh yeah,
looking
this is
at
from the
all
collage
this.
paper. This little sneak right here.
Oh yeah. This is so fun. Oh, so you just put this part down
yeah,
in the folder.
I
Oh, so that's
did that
what
in
you
this one,
taught
and
in that
I teach you how to do that little technique right there.
Love it. Okay, so she says, do you like or dislike surprises? Yes, I don't like being scared, but I do like fun surprises. Same. What did you get in trouble for the most growing up? Talking and drawing. I often got in trouble for chatting at school and drawing instead of doing my math assignments.
Hence those math covers.
Yes. What's the next thing on your bucket list? Ooh, you hope to do. I really want to go to the Art Institute of Chicago to see several iconic pieces of art. Nighthawks by Edward Hopper, American Gothic by Grant Wood, and The Old Guitarist by Pablo Picasso. Dang.
It's one of the, I think it's like the second largest museum, and it's not that far since we're in Missouri to go to Chicago.
Yeah.
So it's been on my list for a while.
I will totally go with you.
Oh, I would love that. There's the Lilies with that bridge piece by Claude Monet is there, and there's a ton of really cool art there. So if you've been there, give me some recommendations. Anyway, I had so much fun making that, and I did the blending thing, and then I just added a couple of white dots with my paint, and then I cut that out.
Oh yeah, that was another thing you wanted to teach them, right?
Yeah, so I wanted that contrast in there. So instead of stamping right on it and it getting lost in the pink, I stamped it separate and then cut it out. And then I was going to tell you another pro tip really fast before we wrap it up. So like when I was,
so pretty.
This one is called Kindness Correspondence. So it's just like acknowledging something a stranger did, and we had a project on that. But I just want to be clear that when I stamped this, I stamped it first and then I came in with the acrylic paint. Because if you do acrylic paint first, so like if you were thinking you wanted to do pink acrylic paint instead of the soft look, and then you stamp on top of it, because acrylic paint is like plasticky, like it seals the paper, the ink sitting on top of it won't dry because it's kind of oily, so it'll just stay there forever. So if you want the ink to dry and you want to have some kind of acrylic paint wash happening, just make sure that your ink is in the porous paper, like absorbed, and then do the acrylic around it.
On top.
Just because I knew if someone saw this but they didn't have the blender, they might want to do some painting, and then it might get a little crazy. So just wanted to give you that.
Do you want to show them also how you could put the envelope in the...
Oh, yeah. So if you want to include your... Sorry, we got messy over here. Now I'm running out of room. If you want to include this in your journal, I think it would be fun to take... Where's my envelope? That cute envelope they gave me. There it is. You could... I want it to... Oh, look how cute that looks on this page with the blue and the stamp.
Oh.
You didn't even know. That's where I was going to put it. And the pink. Ah. You could take what?
Can you push that up a little bit?
Oh yeah, you could take it, put it in your envelope, and glue this part down, and then put your letter in and close it, and then it won't fall out of your journal, and then you can keep that forever in your journal with your pen pal experience. Thanks for reminding me. I really wanted to show that. Thanks for being here. Thanks for sharing your talents with us and making lettering easier. I know it takes a little practice, but be gentle with yourself when you're learning new things, right? Like that's what I remember when I'm doing lettering. Still, I'm intimidated to do lettering next to Nicole because she's so good. But then I'm like, well, Nicole would be so happy with my progress. And I know that when you're learning new things, there's lots of room, right?
Yes.
So thanks for being here and doing this with me and sharing that with our art journal friends. I think it's so fun to see what y'all made, and my favorite thing about this is our community, that we get to share things with each other and inspire each other. And so if you're making a pen pal envelope for someone and you want to take a picture of it before you mail it to share it, we would love to see your ideas and how you've made this your own. And you can see that at Let's Make Art Journals on Facebook, and you can use that hashtag on Instagram if you like hanging out there.
And there's a lettering group too if you wanted to see and explore a little bit more about that. So we have Let's Make Art Lettering is there as well as a resource. And I was gonna say, because I know a lot of things, if you're new to lettering, it may be a little intimidating. I have also a kid's book that I absolutely love, and it's something that where I teach these different techniques.
Oh, and a beginner series.
Oh yeah, I said that too.
Okay.
Yeah. But I was gonna say that there's also a kid's book, because it reminded me of when you did your envelope. This was something that I remember teaching in there as well. So
fun.
Just another fun resource if you were curious about that. So this was awesome.
Yeah, thanks so much. That's all we got for today. Thank you so much for making time for making art with us. We sure appreciate it. See y'all later.
Okay, so I asked Jessie to leave for a second because I thought that since we were doing all these envelopes and pen pals, I thought maybe we can give a little bit of love to her. I personally see how much Jessie cares about each and every one of you. I know she tells me about some of your names in the art that you create, and I know you know this, but I just want to remind you how much she actually really does care and thinks and puts so much time into every little detail. Keen and I see it. Every little detail that she does for you. So I thought maybe we can come together and maybe we all write her some letters, because I know every time she also gets a letter in the mail, it means so much to her. So what if you make one more card and envelope for her and mail it to her? This is the address of our office, so you can write it to here. This is how you spell her first and last name. And I just thought it'd be a fun little surprise. So she won't know about this, but maybe we'll do this together. Okay, thanks so much. We'll see you next time. Bye.